This week's exercise is another funk groove that's played with the plectrum. Let's take a look at how to play it. So, like many of the plectrum grooves that we've looked at in this series of videos, this one is built on a continuous semiquaver feel. So we're going to be playing almost continuous 16th notes or semiquavers in each bar. So on beat 1 of bar 1, we're going to play the following 4 notes. We're going to play a hammer-on from C to D on the A string. We're then going to move across to the G string and play a ghost note, and then we're going to follow that with the B at the 4th fret. And again. That's going to lead us into the second beat of the bar. So on beat 2, we're going to play another ghost note on the G string, and then we're going to play the C at the 5th fret. Like so. Now to complete beat 2, we're going to play 2 further ghost notes, and it doesn't really matter which string you play these on, but we're going to aim to get back down onto the A string to play these 2 ghost notes. Okay, so that gives us the first 2 beats of bar 1. Now as we move into the third beat, we're going to put our 4th finger on the E at the 7th fret of the A string, and then we're going to slide upwards into the F sharp. That gives us the major third of the chord. We're implying a D dominant 7th chord here, so when we were on the D, that was obviously the root, and now we're sliding into the major third, like so. So that gives us the first two notes of beat 3, and then we're going to play the D on the G string. And that's just a quaver, but it's dotted, so it's going to be played staccato, so you're going to keep that one nice and short. Now on the 4th beat of the bar, we're going to play a pull-off from E to D on the G string, and we're going to follow that with 2 ghost notes. Okay, so that's bar 1. Let me play the whole of the bar so you can hear what it sounds like when you stick it together. And again. Okay, so moving on to bar 2, we're going to play an answering phrase to that bar. And we're going to start with the D at the 5th fret of the A string. I recommend putting your 4th finger on that D. We're going to play D, and then we're going to play 2 ghost notes on the E string, and then the 4th and final semiquaver of beat 1 is going to be the F sharp down at the 2nd fret of the E string, like so. Okay, so moving on to the second beat of the bar, we're going to play 3 ghost notes on the E string, and then we're going to play G at the 3rd fret. That's on the final semiquaver subdivision, like so. So far we've done this. On the 3rd beat of the bar, we're going to do pretty much exactly the same thing, 3 ghost notes, and then we're going to play G sharp. So we're playing a chromatic line, moving up the neck. And then on the 4th beat of the bar, we're just going to play 2 ghost notes, and then we're going to play an A. And that A is actually going to be a quaver, but again, it's going to be played staccato, so you're going to want to keep it short. Like so. So that gives us the first 2 bars of the exercise. So moving into the 3rd bar, this is going to be exactly the same as bar 1, so we can move directly on to the fill in bar 4. Now, this is quite a complex fill, and what we're going to do to begin with is play double chromatic notes up to the F sharp at the 11th fret of the G string. So we're going to play E, F, and then F sharp. So F sharp is our target note, that's the 3rd of the chord, and then we're just approaching it with double chromatics from below. And we're going to follow that by playing a C at the 10th fret of the D string. So if you're following the correct application of the picking technique, that should be down, up, down, up. And it can be a little bit awkward because you'll be playing a downstroke on the G string for the F sharp, and then you'll need to play an upstroke on the D string for the C. like so. Okay, so that's quite an awkward phrase. You might need to sit and practice that one for a little while. Moving on to the second beat of the bar, we're going to play a ghost note on the D string. We're going to be just working our way down the D string now, so most of this is going to happen on the D. So ghost note on the D string, and then we're going to play B at the 9th fret, another ghost note, and then we play A at the 7th fret. Like so. And again. Moving on to the third beat of the bar, we're going to start with a ghost note, and then we're going to play the G at the 5th fret, and then we're going to follow that with 2 ghost notes. So remember, continuous semiquaver picking is down, up, down, up. Okay, so far we've done this. And then to finish off this this beat and this bar, we're going to play a hammer-on from F into F sharp. That gives us the minor third into the major third idea that works really well over dominant chords. We then come down to the D on the A string, and then we're going to follow that with a ghost note on the A string. Okay, so bar 4 is going to sound like this. And at that point the line repeats. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed the latest instalment in my Bass Lick of the Week series. Don't forget that as usual you can download the PDF worksheet and backing track by clicking on the link below, and as ever please do let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you next week for another bass groove.